So today I'm going to remind you how to add integers using counters. So in this video we're only talking about adding and we're only talking about counters. So just as a visual, I'm going to use black for positive. In class this was often the yellow side of the counter, but I'm just going to use black because it will be easier to see on the whiteboard. And then red will be the negative. So if I have 6 plus 3, now I want to keep in mind that I want to be very mindful of when it's a positive or when it's a negative number. So here it's positive 6 plus positive 3. So in this case, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positive counters. And now I am adding, I'm putting 3 more counters up. And now this, of course, as you already knew, equals 9. Now I have 6 plus negative 3. So positive 6 plus negative 3. So I have positive 6. And now I am going to add 3 negatives to that. So I have 3 negatives. I know that a positive and a negative cancel each other out to make 0, because if I give you something and then I take it away again, that cancels it out. It's like I gave you nothing. It's 0. If I earn $1, but I actually owed my parents $1 for something, so a friend gave me $1 and then now I have to give it back to my parents. So the positive $1 and the negative $1 cancel each other out. Still have 0 money. So I just am going to cross these out, and now I know that my leftover is 3. 3 positives. This makes sense too because we know that adding a negative is the same thing as subtracting. So 6 minus 3 equals 3, 6 plus negative 3 equals 3. Now I have negative 6 plus positive 3. So I'm starting with 6 negatives. Now I'm going to add positive 3. Once again, I can cancel those out. Now my answer is negative 3. So I started with a negative 6, I added 3, that equals negative 3. This negative number has the greater absolute value. So when I'm adding more positive to it, if this positive is not more, then it's still going to be negative 3. So let me show you another example, kind of to what I mean. So if I had negative 6 plus positive 8, for example, I could have 6 negatives, and then if I had 8 positives, I am still canceling those 6 out, but now my leftovers are actually positive. So I don't want you to assume that just because the negative is the second number here that the answer will be positive, or that the negative, because it's the first number here, the answer will be negative. That's not the way that adding and subtracting works. I have to look at the values. So it can help to think about a particular situation, like I said, with money or often with temperatures. So if it's negative 6 degrees outside and then it increases 3 degrees, then it's still not enough to get all the way to 0. So think about how these cancel each other out, how much of them cancel each other out, and then how much is left over. Okay, last one. negative 6 plus negative 3. So I have 6 negatives, and then I add 3 more negatives. All of those negatives. This is adding more negative. And when I think about my number line, we know that on my number line, here I have the most positive, and then here I have the most negative. So if I am adding more negative, I'm going to keep going this direction on my number line. So that means that I now have more negatives. So negative $6, and then I end up owing somebody another $3. I'm now negative 9. Okay, so hopefully that helps remember how to add integers using counters.